I'm making a card for Annalise's mixed media everything group, and I was kind of interested in these giant cards. I didn't have playing cards. It was okay to use flash cards because the size is the same, so I'm going to cover this up and use the playing cards. So what the theme is for January for my Giant Life 2017 is to make a card based on you. So I'm just going to do some mixed media. I don't even think I really need to put gesso or anything. I'm just going to put gesso on, but I think I'm just going to glue some paper on there and start going and do like a little list of things about me. So here we go. I was actually pulling out the gesso, but I'm just going to go through here. I got this paper pad from Dollarama, and I'm going to go through and grab some papers from it. And if I'm too close, let's see here. Let's see where I can come up and just adjust for 1 second. So see here. I just had that nice blue color. So I got this at the dollar store, and so I just could tear it, and it's really nice thick paper too. Luck out on some of the really good stuff there sometimes. So pretty much all the time. I've actually got both sides on that one. I'm going to do this one. I've got that one. So I'm just kind of looking at what I want. I'll do this one as well. Isn't that pretty, these flowers? Or birds and flowers. Alright, so I've got a few bunches of paper. I don't really have a plan, but I think I'm just going to kind of put these together, and of usual I don't have a plan, right? And put these together and just cut them up. I'm going to cut them up. I'm telling you right now, I think there's a black hole for my scissors today here somewhere, because I'm like losing my scissors. So I have a spare pair here, and I'm just going to cut some stuff. I'm not even really measuring, obviously. I'm just kind of just doing some strips. And I just want to do a collage of different papers here. So that's what I'm doing. There's that. So I'm just cutting them up randomly, being very random, and I've got way too much paper, but that's okay. So far, that's it. So I got lots to choose from to kind of put on my card here. And I got both sides to look at too, so. Now I'm going to get my glue going. I am going to use I think I'm going to use some gel medium here to get this glue down. So you'll see here I got some matte medium. I'm going to use that from DecoArts. And because these papers are pretty thick, I think I'm just going to try that out. And I'm just going to go for it. Go for the gold. Get some of that matte down and try to stay in focus or in this frame today. That's a good goal. So this is just a card about you, about what kind of media, mixed media work you like, or any kind of art. What products you might like to use, you might want to post on there, movies, anything about you that you want to kind of write down on here, I guess. So that's about that. And I'm just going to have fun and pile these papers on. And we cut off whatever we want after. No, I want it this way. I want it that way. And there we go. Fun, let the fun begin. I got quite a bit of product on here. And I'm just adding it on with this piece of spatula. And having fun with it. Do. I want another. Oh, this one's got pattern on, so I like that. And this one's going to be over. So it's quite layering over. So the gel or this medium, yeah, matte medium is really good choice, I guess. I'm thinking for me. And I'm just putting it over, enjoying it, and ooh, I like that. Let's put a little more of that on there. So first of all, collaging some papers on there, and that's what I want to do. I think I could just get away with putting some of that in there. See, I'm not even worried about how big it is, how straight it is. I'm just having fun with it. This is really pretty. So I'm just going to put a little coat on here, on here, on here. And there we go. So that is what I have. I like that. Okay, I'm going to, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, no, maybe I'll add, I think I'm going to add this right here. Just a little, and I'm just going to cut off whatever's left over. It's just I'm adding to what I like. So there we go. Crazy. I'm going to go flip it over after I dry it and cut it off and decide what I'm going to add next and show you. Okay, so I have these antiquing creams from DecoArts in 3 colors here. English Red Oxide, and Raw Umber and Paphian Green. So that is the 3 colors I'm going to add to this. Chose those colors. I know there are antique cream, but I think it'll look nice and be just right. It'll go to some of my colors in here. So with that, moving back so you can see a little bit of my colors right there, and I'm just going to play with these and add them to my card. I might add a little water, thin them out, we'll see. Try that. I have a if I want to dab a cloth here, a cloth for dabbing. And we'll just add, see how that works. Adding water. Because it's paper, it's okay to add like water to your paints with paper. But on a canvas, it doesn't really hold to the canvas and to like a gesso canvas or anything very well, but it does. That's without rinsing my brush. To paper. So you can kind of play and do whatever you want. So just adding some of this. I might spray it a little bit too. Add some moisture. This one is not water. We'll check. Is this one water? There we go. Little moisture. So I'm just adding some color and playing with it. And there is quite a bit of, I like that mess. There is quite a bit of like the cover, the glue that's kind of protecting it, but it will be fine. It'll dry on there really nice. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of everything in there. And I chose this color to kind of go with it. And I want to play with this and experiment a little bit here. And play. That's the fun part, just playing with it. There's a lot of water on there, and that's good. I always want to move it around and have fun with that. I like that look. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more wetness up here in the brown. See how a little red. I'm going to add a little more of the red and see how that works. Add a bit of a spritz, and I like that. And I'm going to dry it off pretty much right away here. Just the way it is. I love that. The way it's kind of in there. Now I'm going to use my heat tool and dry all that yumminess mess. But it's beautiful mess in there. I love it. I'm going to add a little more of my red down in here. So I'm just going to play and add a little bit more color that I want where I want it, and yeah, that's going to be it for that. Adding a little more browns. Just give it a little spurt of water. Yeah, and I'm going to enjoy this. Just adding a little bit more water to it and more color. And I could do, like, you know, I was thinking, watercolor crayons or whatever, but I want to try something different. Why not? So I'm really trying to make it stand out with the colors not so muddy, but also mud it up a little bit. Oops. And there we go. Crazy, loving it. And I could just add and add and add and do whatever I want to, but it could go on forever. And a little bit on, a little bit off. I just love the way it runs when you put a little bit of water on it. So I'm trying to get that natural look. Now I'm going to dry it once more and then I'll be done with the color. It's cute. And there it is, my messy, beautiful card, all about me. Now I think we're going to add some more texture. Now with this I could go, it's just a little card so I don't need too much texture. So I'm going to go with the black modeling, black gesso. I could go black modeling paste, but I don't need it to be like too raised, and it'll still give me a little bit of texture. And I'm going to use this stuff, whatever this stuff is called, I can't remember at the moment. I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Just a little bit. I might actually, you know what? I'm going to remove that. Add a little water. I might just add the modeling paste. I don't know. Actually, kind of like that. But I am going to add the modeling paste after all because it just doesn't do enough for me. It's too wet. I thought, you know, being a card, it might be better, but I'm going to do the modeling paste. So what I'm going to do is the same thing, modeling paste, just from DecoArts here, same little jar almost. And I'm just going to go, I really want to just do there. So just a little less. Runny, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now clean off my thing, and I think I'll just see if there's any residue on here. I might use that. And there we go. If it was a little steadier stencil, I might be able to get just the perfect circles in there, or if I was more careful, but that's good. That's good for now. Inking, And I want to throw on, because this is a card about me, and this is kind of like my background here is like my art, and I kind of want the card itself, just the art, to describe me, maybe. I don't know. And so I'm going to do some inking. I'm going to use my roller ink from Stampin' Up, and it's called Travel Journal. Oh, I didn't even realize that was in there. People have been asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. I decided to buy this roller, and I thought I had the bottom to it, but apparently I guess they have different ones because I have different ones. So I'm going just different places here, stamping it up here just a little bit. I like that. One more thing I'm going to do with my ink is do a little bit of inking around the edges just because I've got the ink out. I could do that at the very end too, but I got my ink out, and if I gotta redo it because I covered it or anything, I can redo it. And there we go. So that's the next step, is just the ink that I added on it, and it's kind of like steps that you add to journals as well. Well, you don't have to do it in all the orders, but it's kind of cool. That's it. I want to add, I think I want to add a little gold. Surprise, surprise. Does anyone know me? Gold. I think I'm going to do Splendid Gold. And just because I didn't get clear inking here, and I thought, well, it'd be really nice to get some gold in there, I think I'll do that. But I'm going to dry this little piece up right there first. So I'm using Splendid Gold from DecoArts. It's Dazzling Metallics. I'm just going to use some of the lid here. And just kind of play around my circles. It'll be kind of like my doodle too, so it could be like that. Kind of a doodle. That's one thing, mixed media, there's always fun doodling too on there and all that kind of stuff. So, I got a very fine brush here. I think it says a 3/4. I hope it says 3/4. I need to get my eyes checked. And then just kind of doodle with my brush. Doodle paint. And I kind of like that. Isn't that cute? And doodle paint some more. Some circles. Circles are always appealing to the eyes. I love putting circles on my projects. Dots and circles. So here we go. Doodle paint. And I love my gold, so this is a lot, says a lot about me. In fact, it's kind of funny that the whole card's just not dipped in gold. God, I love my gold and my mixed media art. But, there we go. We will keep doing this. Around and around. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that gold. I love all tones of gold, so pretty much can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. So there we go. So that's more color added to it and some texture. Stenciling with the mesh stuff there that I can't think of on there. And I think I'm going to add a little to the edges. Just, this brush is almost getting dry here. Kind of just do that because I can. And I have it out. I could do it later, finish it up, but I have it out, so there we go. All the way around. There we go. Really love that. Okay. So I got this in Happy Meal, and these are really, really cute. Can't remember, I'm sorry who I got them from, but that's what I got in this Happy Meal of sorts. Someone gave them to me, passed them on, and I'm going to put them on here like this. And that's where I'm going to put my bullets, my hobbies, my favorite song, favorite foods, favorite art supply, things like that. Favorite movie, quotes. I don't know if I have a favorite quote. Favorite book. And I mean, it's endless of what you want to share with us of all these favorites. So what I'm going to do now is, this is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to ink the edges of these with my archival ink. That's the ink I was using. I always pretty much use archival ink. I do have Stampin' Up ink, but it doesn't really work too well with a lot of mixed media because the ink moves and it's like water soluble. Unless like spray it, adhesive on it or something to like not adhesive, but to protect it. And even though you don't want to put too much because then it moves it anyway. So, but I have tons of those, so if I do need colors, I'm desperate, I use those. I just have black though in archival ink. And you can go around the edges with watercolor crayons. You can go around the edges with markers. I mean, it's just, you gotta remember that it'll move, but you gotta seal it between, whatever. I've played with everything, and sometimes it just, you just get you're lucky and you play with it and it looks really awesome. When you move, the colors move around on it, it just all of a sudden turns like that's what it was meant to be. So never judge a product by what you think it will do. Sometimes you just want to play with it and give it a try. And then a lot of times too, you can find different ways to invent it to work for you. So yeah, you can use anything for edging. You can even use just acrylic paint. There it goes, my little tags. That's going to be kind of like my bullet points. And then I will just figure out how I'm going to put my words on there after that. What I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to add some some more medium. I'm not sure how I want to get that on there. I think I might just glue the backs. It's just one of those things that just didn't know yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab my tacky glue and just tack them down like this. And this is Aileen's tacky glue that I'm using, and I'm just going to go at different angles. And tack them down. Then I can just put my stuff down on here, my little notes. And I'm gonna have to figure out like what I want to put on there. It's gonna be like really simple answers to some like hobbies, blah blah blah, all those kind of things. I'm just gonna be putting one word answer and maybe the questions on the back. So then if somebody reads it, they'll kind of know. And yeah, let's see here. Did I put the right one? Actually, I like to put red next. I had an order that I liked. I would like the order that was in the booklet, so just want to kind of keep that order. And I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm not even paying attention. My computer's on the side, and it's a little bit different for me than being in front, because I could look up and see my computer. So it's not like I can just look up and see my computer anymore. Got too much stuff on my desk, and I can't reach it half the time when I want to pause the video. Here we go. It's quite... got a little spot of glue on there right now, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. There we go. That's how it's tacked. I have these tacked down, and I'm just going to put hobbies, songs, that kind of thing on there, and maybe put my answers on the back, just because I don't have room for these. And well, it gives you guys an example of what to put on them too. So, and I'm just doing the letters all kind of like wobbly, but that's okay. I can even write them in pen or gel pen or anything like that around it too. But I think that doing this is really cute. So I think I'm going to continue with that, and I'll be back with that. And this is what I have. Hobbies, songs, food, art, supplies, movies, quotes, books. I was not paying attention, and my K went upside, or, you know, the other way. But hey, it looks kind of kooky and fun, so I left it. I could replace the little tag, but it's cute. So I think that I just want to add a little bit more texture to this, just for the top, and I'm going to add some glass beads to it, and these are this brand here, this glass beads Liquitex, and can you read it? I'm going to add a little bit of that. If I'm going to wet my palette knife, give it a little scrub. It is very dirty. It's playing with it with all this stuff, and just give it a little bit of that over top in some places. Can you see? Can you see? It's going to be cute. It's going to be transparent and have some nice texture. So that white you see is going to be all clear. And then you're going to have some nice little beads in there. And I really like playing with this. I'm glad I picked this up. It's first time, and I've been doing this for a couple years here, this mixed media stuff, and this is the first time buying this here about a month ago, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. And then I've even used it and add more just beads from the doll store, teeny weeny beads like these here in projects. So it helps, the cream here that's on there, the media, it works as a glue to add more stuff to it. So that's pretty cool to learn and play with all this stuff. So there we go. I have a really cool mixed media card. I know my hobbies and all that stuff are not on the front for you guys to read, but you could put them on the back. You can make this in tag and then flip it over, whatever you want. It's just a fun way to participate in Anne Williamson's project idea here, and you know, post it onto the page and share with us what you got, what your ideas are. And this is what I came up with. So yeah, take some of the glass beads off of the words, and I think that's what I want to do. Dry that up a bit and let that dry. That's going to look really, really cool, guys. Okay, I think this is pretty much done, guys. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I think just to make it pop a little bit, I might just doodle in, I don't know, check this out. I might just doodle in the circles in the enclosed letters just because I was like, what else can I add? I did add S's to the other ones. I had hobbies and songs with S's, and I'm like, well, I have more than one foods I like, or art supplies, or movies. So, yeah, I decided to do that. And now I'm just going to add a little punch of white in the side of the closed letters, just for the heck of it. Why not? I don't know if I'm going to add any other white. We'll see when I'm done here. Just thought this would be cute. Just to add a little something else. Because it's just to make it not over. Make it not over. Sometimes you just like, don't want this one to end. Okay. This is a Posca pen. And I just put some of that in there. So do I want to add some white? I think so. I'm going to add little dashes at the bottom here. I might end up doing it all the way around. I'm just going to, one step at a time. Just going right over. This is not all white yet, like through. Means white, I mean dry. And it will be. So I'm just going over whatever's on there. It'll get dried right up. And it'll be beautified. Just like that. See how I'm going right over the beads and the gloss stuff there. And like I said, I wanted to keep the, as much as possible, little tags or bullet notes here. My version of bullet notes. Matte for the most part, so I didn't want to get the gloss in them. And I don't think I'm going to gloss them up at all. So I like that. I don't know if I'm going to add, I'm just going to kind of play with it here. Rub it in, add a little white. It's going to look a little different once all the other smoke, cloudy white here is gone too. I like how I could just kind of go over it with Posca pen, especially if I have something on it like a decoupage or like any kind of glue sealer, and you can kind of just rub it in, and you could do that with black as well, with Posca pens, any color really, and just smear it in. Smear it in like that. And there we go. I like it. I like it a lot. That is my piece, I'm pretty sure here, guys. I like it a lot. Very happy with it. I think it's cute, and it gives to the point of what the theme is, and it's a making card based on you. Of course, I don't have my things up in the open. They'll be on the back, but my hobbies, songs, foods, art supply, movies, quotes, books. Yeah. So that'll be a card just about me. There you go. And you guys can make a card just about you. So hope you guys like this. I will probably have to put some pictures at the end here when it's all dry. Nice close-ups. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Don't forget to craft like a duck and check Annalise's mixed media page. Sorry. And mixed media of things. It's all things. All things. I'm sorry, my brain just turned off. Annalise's Mixed Media Everything Facebook group, and that's where you'll see this, and probably in other groups as well. But because there's a few people sharing videos and stuff like that. But here we go. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to craft like a duck. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.